My name is Willie Thrasher, and I'm originally from Inuvik. I'm the member of the Inuvialuits from the Northwest Territories. Ever since I was a child, I was raised up in a residential school, and we were taught not to speak our language, our traditional ways. Since I was 5 years old, I never knew where I came from, how our people survive and live. Later in life, I found out that our elders were the ones that kept our traditional ways alive spiritually. The missionaries were so strong at the time, but they weren't strong enough to kill our spirits. Our elders, our stories, our legends, and our ways of life survived because of the spirit of our people. And that's how I learned to be an Inuit songwriter. If it wasn't for the elders, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't write songs the way I write songs today. It was their words that they passed on to me, how we were and how we always should be, in spirit and in heart. Never to forget where I came from. Pass it on to our children and to our children's children. It's just like the trees. They will grow and they'll go, but their seeds will raise another one. And a new plant will come up. The earth will still be beautiful, still be clean. Every inch of this earth belongs to us, and we should protect it with our hearts, with our spirits. Try to live the traditional way much as we can. And that's what the elders passed on to me, and that's how I became a songwriter. I never stopped learning. Nobody will ever stop learning what the earth can give. There's so much to protect, so much to learn, and so much for us to give back. We all want to protect our land. We all want to protect the environment. We want to learn our traditional ways. We want to sing, we want to dance, and we never, never want no one to take this away from us.
Before we begin anymore, we're going to sing a traditional welcoming song, which is a paddling song of Tla-o-qui-aht. Whoa, whoa, oh, yeah. Whoa. Tla-o-qui-aht Tla-o-qui-aht. My traditional name, Tla-o-qui-aht, I'm from Tla-o-qui-aht and from the house of Iwas. Welcome to Ha-Hoothlee tribal parks. The logging company had plans to come in here and start cutting wood. So they came out here with their crew boat. And at the time there were about 150 people here, the citizens of Tofino and Tla-o-qui-aht First Nations. A lot of people from our tribe came here, and my late father was here. The logging company came out there in their boat and they sent their crew ashore. And my uncle Moses Martin told them, "You're welcome to come ashore, but leave your chainsaws in the boat." That was the very first blockade of any major corporations here in British Columbia. Was right here, blockading Macmillan Lodell, were one of the largest forest companies here in the province at the time. Their license that they bought it from the British Columbia government. But of course, us as Tla-o-qui-aht, we did not recognize the sale of any license of these forests to anybody. Because I can guarantee you one thing. These trees here that you see behind us, and all the ones across here and all over this whole island, the forest companies did not plant any of these things. None. It's ours. Our people had stewarded it for a long, long time. The Europeans, when they first arrived here, certainly we were illiterate. We could not read any of this stuff. But so were they when they'd seen our totem poles. They had no idea what those things are about. They were also illiterate to these things, and the laws of nature. And certainly that pertained to all of the land here, because it is our responsibility to our young children, our future generations, that when we die, we'll leave this land in a much better shape than when we came here. And that's how our people worked. Because when the first Europeans arrived here in this part of the world, our people only had to work for 3 or 4 days a week to survive here because the land was so rich. Then the rest of the time it was for arts and culture. And so that's how it was. The Mears Island court case began. And so my late father, he spent 3 months here while our people were in court. And at one point after the court case, our people won again an injunction against the province and the forest companies. The RCMP helicopter flew here and landed right here. And they came and handed the court injunction to my dad, said we won the court case. And so that's how it all began. Ever since then, we had declared our tribal park, but then, of course, all of us as Tla-o-qui-aht, we know that we do not have a treaty with anyone that says even that mountain across the valley there belongs to anybody else. They're still ours. So we declared our entire traditional territory as tribal parks. So this beginning of blockades, which started right here, right on this spot here, was very significant for many movements across this country, and indeed I think around the world. Because, you know, of some of the support that we did receive at the time. And it was after 1991 when the war in the woods was taking place here, like over there, Clayoquot Bridge and all these other places. And you know, this place had attracted international attention. And so people from around the world had noticed it. You know, there's a lot of different movements around the world of indigenous peoples who had been affected by resource extraction of, you know, other peoples going in there and extracting and just taking. And so I think that certainly did inspire a lot of different organizations around the world, indigenous peoples from all over, to stand up for the environment that has made our culture survive for thousands of years. One of the main teachings that our culture does come with is that Mother Nature will provide for our needs, but not our greed. You know, every one of us that lives under the law of nature, we all need water. We all need good, clear, clean air. And we all need to live in peace. Like, this place is so peaceful, and that's what attracts a lot of people here. People come from all over the world and see this place. And it is incredible. It feels good to be here. And, you know, today I'm really happy that I was able to come here and to share some of this with you.
Sicha, Tla-o-qui-aht. My name is Sicha. I come from the house of Ha'wiih. I was 12 years old when all this happened, and I recall standing up and marching in Victoria, and I think it had politicized a whole generation like myself to stand up and fight for what is ours, what we as a collective, as Indigenous folks, our responsibilities to the land and to the resources. And I think that what happened here in Tsitsikis inspired many people, and create an awareness for who we are as Indigenous people. Our Tla-o-qui-aht Tribal Parks program today continues on with our struggle to protect and to create a livelihood for our people. Our Tribal Parks program is rooted in direct action. It's rooted in decolonization, where we're trying to get rid of all of the colonial shackles that still hang on to our people. Some of the successes that we've recently had is we're asking for a Tribal Parks contribution from businesses in Tofino, and those who benefit from a healthy ecosystem should pay our people, should pay our Tribal Parks program, so that we can continue on with our responsibilities of ensuring the well-being of the environment and our people. And through our Tribal Park allies, we've gained a lot of success in developing partnerships and developing allies, people who want to stand up and fight for what's right. And we thank Willie here, Thrasher, for his songs of freedom, his songs of Indigenous revolution. Music can get our message further throughout the whole world. I think it's important for musicians like Willie, the message that he speaks of in his music is those teachings that we have as Indigenous people and those responsibilities. Musicians are, they have a voice and they have a following that is useful in any movement. That is important for musicians to amplify our voice.
They
Art has been one of the most important aspects of humanity the world over and still continues to be today. You know, art in the way of music and singing, and people still portraying those messages like that. And we'll continue to use it, and we're still continuing to do that today.